angry at both of us. I mean, this could be your only leverage to get Wiley and Amelia back.
Burn recovery units you can recommend, because we would really like to get Michael set up as soon as possible.
That's nothing for you to worry about.
Where do I even start with this mess? First of all, Drew's transformation from a character people actually like to. Whatever this is a total joke. The things he said to Carly, absolutely disgusting. I mean, after Billy Miller left, they really took a wrecking ball to his personality. So of course, they're killing him off. But hey, Lulu's getting a big return, so that's something, right? Meanwhile, they already got rid of Morgan, and now Michael's sent to a burn unit for the foreseeable future. I'm done. And don't even get me started on Cyrus and his so-called angel of death nonsense. It's beyond irritating at this point. Someone tried to off Sonny, and Michael's left horribly burned, and somehow, no one's got the sense to put even one guard at the hospital. Seriously? The hospital knows there's a threat to the patients, and there's no security. I get it, it's just a soap opera, but that's some poor writing, folks. As if that wasn't enough, creepy Drew goes full-on villain today. His comments to Carly? Mean, bitter, and downright hateful. He's officially hit the unlikable tier. And let's talk about Michael's storyline. They've completely botched it. Willow and Drew are by far the two most insufferable characters right now. Oh, and speaking of random quirks, how did Martin lose his accent? Is that a thing that just happens in the world of soap operas? As for security, seriously, where is it? Sonny would have had the place locked down tighter than Fort Knox after what happened to Michael. And with all the deaths going on, the hospital should be on red alert. But of course, it's all going to backfire on Willow. I'm betting Michael changed everything, and hopefully Diane will show up to clean up the mess. And Cyrus? Can we please stop pretending like he's doing God's work? It's ridiculous, even by soap standards. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. It's honestly insane that there are no surveillance cameras at that hospital. Seriously, how does that even happen? And don't get me started on Drew and Nina. They're out here doing whatever the heck they want, clearly running their own shady agendas. This show is honestly getting ridiculous. The hospital has multiple patients dying in exactly the same way, and yet no one thought to review the surveillance footage from their rooms. Come on. They should have started looking into that the minute these patients started dropping like flies. By now, they'd know who was going in and out of their rooms, especially with all the people coming and going. And how did Cyrus even get back in after Portia literally banned him? She's walking those halls every 5 minutes. She would have spotted him instantly. If I wasn't already over Drew before, I definitely am now. Seriously, that's a new low, even for him. I get that he's trying to get Willow her kids back, but this was a terrible move. Drew, just shame on you. Drew's really grinding my gears at this point. Where are the Quartermains when we need them? We need Tracy and Ned to swoop in and put him in his place, ruin his career, and leave him with absolutely nothing. And Willow? Seriously, she really thinks that Drew is gonna be her hero in all of this? Does she not see the storm coming? Carly, Sonny, and the Quartermains are gonna bring the wrath down on her. And that's not even considering Joss and Christina, who have now lost 2 brothers. They'll be looking for somewhere to channel all that grief, and I'm betting revenge is high on the list. Meanwhile, Will is out here running to Drew like, "Save me, save me." It's honestly kind of laughable. Also, why is Sidwell strolling around Port Charles using his real name? Like, doesn't he know it's a tiny town? What's stopping Anna, Jason, or Lucky from bumping into him? The guy clearly has a death wish. And Drew? Pushing Willow to make all these questionable decisions. Some lawyer somewhere is definitely going to see this as a motive to kill Mike for his money. Willow's not exactly the best judge of character, given her history with the cult and all. she's a walking disaster for those kids. Surprise, surprise. As soon as Cyrus was eavesdropping on Alexis and Diane chatting about Michael, I knew Michael was about to become his next victim. And shocker, confirmation came when Cyrus just vanished from the restaurant. Of course, he was off to inject poor Michael with Digitalis. Someone seriously needs to put an end to this guy. Cyrus really seems to have appointed himself as the divine judge, deciding who lives and who dies like it's his job. It's almost impressive how delusional he's become. Meanwhile, over in Willow's corner, once again, she's completely controlled by Drew and Nina. It's almost like they're a trio of complete narcissists with zero self-awareness. Watching Willow waltz in and declare, "I'm in charge of Michael's care from now on," was just. We all know Diane won't stand for this for long, and will probably come up with some brilliant legal move to remind everyone that Willow's motives might be less than pure. But let's be real, Carly kind of set this whole mess in motion. Drew's little revenge plot against Carly is playing out exactly how he wanted. Honestly, he's just using Michael's crisis to get back at her for their chapel confrontation. Carly's right, by the way. Drew's about to regret this, and poor Willow, she's not going to get very far pushing her "I'm in charge" agenda with Michael in critical condition, courtesy of oh so lovely Cyrus. Drew, though, seriously, he's way out of line talking to Carly like that. And just when you think things can't get worse, Nina swoops in. Time for Willow to learn about her mother. And I'm just waiting for Drew to lose his position once everyone finds out about his fling with Nina. The fallout is going to be chef's kiss brutal. Honestly, how many more characters have to drop dead before someone figures it out? Portia should have had that hospital on lockdown with guards at the ready. But no, let's just suspend Elizabeth, because that's going to fix everything. Michael's supposed to be in a safe environment, but Cyrus is just strolling into his room, injecting him with Digitalis like it's no big deal. I can't watch this anymore. The storylines are so tired, I'm almost hoping the viewers start tuning out too. And why wasn't there a nurse or a guard monitoring Michael? Anyone? Biller. I wish someone would just get rid of Nina, Willow, and Drew. They're insufferable at this point. Oh, and speaking of Drew, how did he suddenly become an expert in Willow's rights? Since when is he a lawyer? Last time I checked, only Martin and Diane had that information. It's just hilarious how Drew's making decisions like he knows what he's talking about. So GH doesn't have security cameras. After all the mysterious deaths from Dex to Sam, what did the autopsy even reveal? Guess we'll never know. And don't even get me started on Drew. He was absolutely vile today. Seriously, what happened to the Drew I used to know? I'm sorry, but Joss and Carly did not bring the heat like I was hoping. And using my son's health to settle personal scores? That'll have me sending you straight to the afterlife. Look, if Cyrus kills Michael and isn't caught before it's too late, I'm going to completely lose it. Enough with the endless killings and grief already. How about we shake things up with some fun and adventure instead of all this misery? It's honestly getting exhausting. And Willow, using Michael's incapacitation to grab control, that's just sickening. I can't wait for Carly, Sunny, Jason, the Tews, and Diane to rip her apart. It's going to be brutal, and I'm here for it. Seriously though, did Drew forget? Or did the writers? Drew knows Jason's memories, so he knows how much Carly and Michael meant to Sunny, and how fiercely Jason protected him. Yet, he acts like this is all news to him. If I didn't already hate Drew after he hooked up with Willow, I sure as hell do now. To tell Carly it was her fault Michael's in the hospital, and even blame her for Morgan's death. What a disgusting, reprehensible move. I really hope Sunny takes care of both Nina and Drew soon. The way they've rewritten Drew is appalling. He's become this self-centered, obnoxious jerk. Billy Miller could never have played him like this. And Willow? Completely ridiculous. I can't stand either of them. And don't get me started on Cyrus. He's strolling in and out of the hospital like he owns the place. At this point, the show's becoming unwatchable. Yesterday on General Hospital, Willow tried to channel her inner tough girl after Drew and Nina convinced her to blackmail Sunny and Carly for her kids. Because, that's always a smart move, right? Did anyone bother to point out just how ridiculous this idea is? She's about to learn the hard way that she's seriously out of her depth with Carly, and wait until she sees how Sunny reacts to being blackmailed. Spoiler, it's not going to end well. Meanwhile, Nina is still convinced that pleading with Sunny will somehow solve everything. Newsflash, it won't. Can't wait to see what genius move Diane pulls out of her hat to clean up this mess. And let's talk about Drew for a second. He'd better watch his back, because Sunny already has him in his sights. It's only a matter of time before Willow figures out how Drew and Nina have been pulling the strings in her life, but by then, it'll be too late. Seriously, these are the people she's trusting. The only reason Drew even gave her the time of day is because her mom helped him secure his congressional endorsement. And in return, Nina got a front row seat to Willow's life. And how do they repay her? By betraying her and hooking up with each other. Nice, right? Willow's about to get a crash course in just how deep this betrayal runs, and trust me, it's going to sting. And can we talk about Joss going head-to-head with the Reeves family? It was everything. Seriously priceless. The way she tore into Willow, reminding her that a cheating wife is still a cheating wife. And then Willow tried to throw Karen and Dex into the mix, like that was going to work. Nothing can slow Joss down. If Nell couldn't stop her, what makes you think Willow can? It's honestly sad that Willow has so much control over Michael's medical decisions. She's married to him in name only. She doesn't love him or have his best interests at heart. It's awful. There's a nasty battle brewing between them, and Willow, Nina, and Drew are ready to use it to hurt Michael. Let's just hope the doctors can step in and stop Willow from making any irreversible mistakes. Or maybe Diane will pull off a miracle. She's the only one who can. On a totally different note, beware who you trust online. I saw Steve Burton asking for prayers for Leigh, and I'm pretty sure that's not really him. Cameron Matheson had to make a video because some fraud is using his image for a GoFundMe. I report and block any actor I see involved in that kind of scam. Stay vigilant. Wow, I can't believe General Hospital is pulling this stunt again, changing a character's personality right before our eyes, expecting us to just go along with it like nothing happened. Willow was once a smart, caring, lovely woman. Now, in the span of just one episode, she's turned into this clueless, manipulative, cold, and downright cruel version of herself. Seriously, what is happening here? She's shocked that Michael's family is upset with her. Hello, if she hadn't cheated on him, he might actually be home with his kids instead of stuck at Sunny's burning building. And she's running straight into her lover's arms at the hospital while her husband is in excruciating pain. Talk about tactless. But here's the kicker, she's using Michael's health like some kind of bargaining chip. What? Where did the Willow we knew go? And who is this imposter? Then there's the shocker with Cyrus. He actually killed Michael? That came out of nowhere. Wasn't the door supposed to be open for his return? Sasha, at least, had an actual emotional reaction to the news about Michael, unlike Willow, who's too busy playing the role of the actual cheating wife. And now Willow has the nerve to say, I'm Michael's wife, and I'll make the decisions. Really? She didn't seem too concerned about being his wife when she was hooking up with Drew. I can't wait for it all to blow up in her face. Once the truth comes out about Willow's affair with Drew, and Nina's role in all this, Willow will be saying goodbye to her mother and her beloved Drew. And honestly, I wouldn't mind watching it all unravel. Nina stood there looking like a deer caught in headlights after delivering the heartbreaking news to Willow, only to have Willow run straight into Drew's arms instead of hers. Talk about a blow to her ego. But it's clear now that Nina, Willow, and Drew's meddling with Michael's medical care isn't going to just go away without repercussions. Carly naturally is not going to let this slide and is already gearing up to have Diane seek an emergency hearing to take control of Michael's treatment. Meanwhile, security cameras might just have the last laugh, catching Nina, Willow, or Drew sneaking into Michael's room right before a major incident occurs. So, it seems both of Nina's bad seeds really messed Michael over, huh? Willow's not exactly the saint she pretends to be. She's turning out to be just as bad as Nell, imagine that. I know a lot of people will probably disagree with me, but I'm absolutely loving GH right now. The drama around Michael's injury is bringing out all kinds of layers in these characters. We're finally seeing their true colors. It's wild. Now, I'll admit, I'm not a fan of Drew and Willow as a couple, but I can't deny that the actors are doing a solid job. It takes real skill to get fans this worked up, and these two have nailed it. GH has been anything but boring lately. I'm sad to see Chad go, but I fully support his decision to do what's best for himself and his family. If he decides to come back, fantastic, but if not, I'd be okay with a recast down the line. And just a little reminder, dislike the character, not the actor. They're just doing their job after all. Now, as for this whole Sidwell and Nicholas house thing, what a coincidence, right? Sidwell didn't buy that place just for the view or the diamonds. No way. He's probably got a much bigger plan, just like Victor did. I mean, he wanted those diamonds too. And it wouldn't surprise me if he's there to finish what Victor started. But wait, could he also be there to see if Drew's programming has taken any hold on him since he was rescued? Remember the card Drew dropped in the water when he confronted Victor on that bridge? Carly had no clue who Victor was, and the card just floated away. That was the key to deprogramming Drew, but it never happened. Maybe Sidwell's the one who can finally do it, if Drew's still in need of a little help. What's he after in exchange, though? Only time will tell. We've all got our fair share of dislike for certain actors on GH, haven't we? But here's the thing, as much as we loathe them, we've got to admit, these actors are really good at their jobs. I mean, if you're feeling all fired up with hatred every time you see them on screen, they're obviously nailing their roles. For me, it's Nina, Drew, and Willow. Don't even get me started. Just the sight of an ad or article with any of them on it is enough to make my blood pressure shoot through the roof. But hey, it's not the actresses themselves, right? It's the characters they play. Lol. Now, here's where things get a little murky. Since Michael had that meeting with Diane about divorce papers, I can't help but wonder, did he secretly pull a fast one and make sure Carly's got all the power now? I mean, Diane wouldn't have even bothered going to Carly asking about getting the kids home if Michael hadn't changed things around, right? It's not like the kids aren't already home. We all know that's the case. So did he tweak everything behind the scenes? There's not even enough time for Martin to get the memo yet. Interesting, right? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.